Hi, my name is Eden Hoback, and this is my video portion of the Strengths and Action assignment that I'm doing for Eagle Scholars. My top 5 strengths as a review were Achiever, Learner, Developer, Positivity, and Restorative. And I'm glad I got these because I definitely feel like I see all 5 of these really in my life. Most of them really are involved with my people relationships and with the people I've talked with online because I feel like they feel safe with me and I'm glad that they trust me. But let's start with Achiever. I feel like that is extremely important and it's a big part of my life. I've always wanted to strive for the goal that I set for myself to succeed, do well in school, and to just do well with anything I put my mind to. Especially through that I made the Dean's List last semester, I did dual enrollment through high school, and I graduated with an associate's degree. As for Learner, I definitely take my time to understand topics that I find personal interest in, and I like to learn about other people and their lives. I don't want to crowd them or enter somewhere personal where they don't want to share, but I open myself up and allow them to share if they feel so comfortable. And I'm glad that people have done that. And I also take the time to just listen. So that way, through listening, I can learn and apply what I've learned about them to any future problems because I know them. I've developed a relationship. And that perfectly leads in actually to my next strength, which is developer. I develop these relationships with people through learning about their weaknesses, their strengths, what they like to do. And I just take time to give them advice and just to be there because sometimes you don't really need somebody to know all the words or to give the best advice in that moment. Sometimes you just need someone to be there. And I want to develop that relationship through those raw moments. And of course, I know that's not all that goes into a relationship, but I like to develop through also spending time. And I'm learning how to take initiative to set up times to spend time with my friends and just to make sure that I'm not relying on other people to do that extroverted part for me. Even though I consider myself an extrovert, it really depends on what is happening. My next strength is positivity. And yeah, I feel like that's a really great one that I got as well. My outlook on life is optimistic. I find the joy in everything, no matter what the situation is. Even if I'm upset myself, I take it to God and I trust that He'll give me His joy. People have told me that I have joy in the Lord and I walk with Him in the light. And I'm just very thankful that my friends really think about that for me because it makes me feel good too. Like I'm really glad that they see that in me. And I'm just glad that people trust me that way and they feel good around me. And I just think that if you don't find the happiness in a situation, then it's not worth it. And you should try to find the happiness in anything, no matter what you're doing, excuse me. Finally, my last strength is restorative. Kind of going into how I develop a relationship with people and just listen and open myself up to them. I want to restore them and help them work through their problems. I want to make sure they feel comfortable, they feel safe, as I mentioned before, and that they have the power to overcome the problem that they're facing. And I also want to delve into the problem that they've told me, just to make sure I can figure out the issue. They can see the issue as well. I just want to make sure that they're okay. That's really what I'm doing. I'm looking out for the people that I know. Now for the interview portion, I decided to interview my mom, and that was a really nice experience. And I also got a little bit of input from my dad, so I kind of interviewed both of them. So for the first question, she really saw achiever and positivity in my life. As I mentioned before, I graduated high school with an associate's degree, and she really saw that and saw me develop and really saw that I had the drive to succeed and achieve this honor and move my academics further, and then proceeded to want to do a double major and a minor. And she was really proud of me, and it was really nice to hear. Positivity, she always noticed that I like to see the best in situations, that I'm upbeat and enthusiastic, and they call me their joy. For the next question, for the 2 specific examples, like I mentioned before, she really just saw when I graduated that associate's degree. I was 18 years old, and I'm about to be 19 now, and it's crazy to think that I am in some classes with other juniors, like junior age people. I find it crazy, but it's great. Like, I'm glad to see that my work has paved a way for me, and I know that this is part of God's plan for me, because he wouldn't have let me to succeed and get to this point if he didn't want me to. For positivity, she really saw me being positive and through our move to Maryland. I've mentioned before that I recently moved there. It's going to be about a year pretty soon, and all of them were really not taking it that well, especially my brother. And it made my heart a little sad too, because I didn't want to leave Virginia. That was my home for my entire life, really. But I remember saying, as long as we're together, it doesn't matter where we are. And God will lead us to wherever we need to be. And I have a feeling God definitely needed my dad up in Maryland, because he's just such a strong pillar for the Lord that I see the Lord working through him and our family. So that's my video. Sorry, I got a little emotional, but thank you for listening. And I enjoyed learning about myself and these strengths and really seeing how they worked in my life through someone else's perspective. Thank you.